Okay, so these are the allied divisions left to activate. And as I said before, I kind of don't want to activate the 7th Armor, nor the 2nd Armor, nor the 75th Infantry. So we have the 75th Infantry over here, 7th Armor. The 7th Armor I guess I could activate. No, I don't think there's anything coming up here actually, so that could be an option. Maybe I'll do that. But I could also just activate the 4th Cav, and they are pretty much good where they are, I think. I'm protecting these roads with some screen recon units, and I think that's about what they need to do here. Of course, it would be nice to have something on this road here to protect these victory hexes, but on the other hand, so maybe that's more important actually. Yeah, but we also have the rear of all these divisions here, so I think they will stay here. I can't really cover all 3 roads here with just this small division, so I think I will just activate the 4th Cav, and I won't do anything with them. We'll just stay there. And so there's no fatigue increase. What I want to do though is, well, first of all activate them, and then let's draw 1 chit. Oh, okay, so still just 1 activated allied unit. Okay, so now we come to the Germans, and to continue with what we were doing before, maybe I should actually activate F.Beg now, so they should come in here. And in fact, from what I understood, when they're entering, they actually do have their combat trains, and their headquarters could start in that hex where they enter. And we have all of these units that are supposed to come in here. But they need to roll for Snafu. They have fatigue 1. But we do get the +1 bonus for the optimal distance, because that always applies when they're in an entry hex. So we're at ±0, and we roll 6. So we get half an activation, or a partial activation for F.Beg. Now, this is a little bit interesting. I realized after doing my fine little dance with the Volksgrenadier here, that trying to move away and everything, that actually I could have looked at the orders card for F.Beg. They should go to Mormont via Fresneux, and Mormont is over here, and Fresneux is here. So they are supposed to go this way. So I kind of put these units right where they shouldn't be. I mean, of course you can pass through units from another formation, but then you will suffer coordination, and or both units will suffer coordination. So it's not ideal. Okay, and now I only got half an activation, so I don't know how far I will get. I will try to go up here. Okay, so how far do I get with headquarters? We can try that first. It has 12 movement factors that are truck MP, so on the secondary road I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is not great. Now I'm using my, I have my MSR is using tracks to the combat trains, so I will get an additional -1 on my activation roll, or snafu, next activation. So but I think I really have to go up with it. I mean, that's what I wrote in the orders as well. I guess I could stay here and hope for a full activation. No, I will go up. We also have, so I think this guy might be the fastest unit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can come all the way up to here along the tracks. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, I was checking to see the truck actually used half a full movement point here. I realized that actually leg units pay half on tracks, so yeah, I think I've used the wrong movement factors for leg units on tracks. So okay, but now we have everything on their move side. Here comes another truck unit. 1, 2, wait. See, 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. Okay, maybe I made some mistakes before. Whatever, this hex, I guess, I counted from here. So he will probably be able to go here and 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5. And the same with this guy. Okay, that's one activation for them. I didn't do any attacks or placed any objective markers, so I don't get any fatigue. And now I roll for second activations. Let's see what we get. 4 and up. It's a 6. So we do get the second activation. Now, interestingly, now we have the combat trains are still in an entry hex. So we get the +1 for optimal distance because they are in an entry hex and not further than 15 hexes away. We do get -1 for the fatigue and -1 for crossing the streams with the Fox Grenadiers, and -1 for using tracks. So we have a total of -3 and a total of +1, giving us -2 on the activation. Let's get off these tracks. -8, -2, still just a partial. So partial activation again, but now I think we should be able to get off the tracks. So the headquarters could move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5.5, 6. They could move all the way up here. And so now we have a choice. I mean, I guess this is technically also an entry hex. I don't know if it... So maybe we could move the combat trains now up here. This is not their entry hex, but it is an entry hex for the Germans, so... makes me wonder whether or not I can still count that as an optimal distance. But at least now we're off using the tracks. Now we can start moving up everything else here. Now the question is, do I mix with the Volksgrenadier when I'm doing these movements? So let's have a look from the above here. Sorry about the glare. Actually, so are we entering the blob of the 516th Volksgrenadier? So what would that look like? That will look like something like this. It's a simple blob. No curving about. I don't know. I guess they shouldn't. I guess they don't really need to mix, right? When they're using this road. Yeah, it makes me wonder what the intention of, like, if this is the simple blob of the 560th Fox Grenadier, including the headquarters here. Are we passing through that blob? And then later, I guess we're gonna put everything. Well, I guess we'll. I guess not. I guess they would still, depending on how spread out we become here. That might be an issue. So this mixing with the different blobs and things leaves a lot of. Okay, since it's kind of since it's not clear cut, I'm gonna say that they're mixing. I think that's the way you have to do it. If it's not clear cut, then they're just mixing. So I'm gonna put coordination marker for the Fox Grenadier and a coordination marker on the 500 on the F.Beg. They won't need to mix with the second SS Panzer though. That should be pretty clear cut. They're just like adjacent in one little location. So if I would have read the orders properly for F.Beg last activation with the Germans and the Fox Grenadiers, I wouldn't have moved these guys over here. I would have moved them up here instead to have a nice little Fox Grenadier formation here and then let the F.Beg come here. But I didn't read the orders. I guess I was supposed to remember that. I could have read them, of course, and that would have made it. But I guess this is sort of the command confusion that can happen. So yeah, I'll just continue to move up the units here. 1, 2, 3. The headquarters is finished, or done by the way, so it should be upside down. And I'm not going to do anything more with this division, so I'm just going to put them straight. This guy can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He won't get any further than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. And the same goes for this guy. Okay, that's not super useful, and since the scenario is finishing, the next turn is the last turn, so unless they get some explosive activations next turn, they're not going to do much in this scenario. So I should have really taken more care to not have them get coordination marker, for example, and having ghost trains and things like that, because chances are they won't be able to get full activations next turn. And without that, I don't think they're going to be able to help at all with any victory point hexes. Well, stuff happens. So now we have 3 Allied divisions left and 2 German divisions left. So we have Panzerlehr and the 2nd Panzer, and we have the 2nd Armor, 7th Armor Division, and the 75th Infantry Division for the Allies.